I'm Joseph with OCDetailing, and behind me I have a Tesla Model 3. A Tesla Model 3 that was subjected to something horrible that no car should ever be subjected to. A bad paint protection film install. And I would like to show you the bad paint protection film install compared to paint protection film installs we did here at OCDetailing. Let me start by showing you the one behind us because the customer brought the car in and wants us to redo the whole thing. So I thought I would show you the example and the reason why he wants...
This is kind of weird, but okay.
That was funny though, right? Ideally, when we do an install here, I don't want you to see our film from 2 inches away, let alone 2 feet. So if you look right here, I can see this from many, many feet away. See the line? See the lines? Now that this car has been out in the wild for a little bit, you see what happens when you have edges that aren't fully wrapped over. This happens. They collect dirt, they collect wax, they collect grime on them. The adhesive seeps out, and they start to appear very ugly. And they go from not being very noticeable to more noticeable the longer time goes by. Here, around the door handle, they clearly outline the film right here. And actually, whoever did the vinyl wrap on these door handles didn't do the best job either. If you look at the quarter panel right here, this actually is a pretty blatant line right here where this goes all the way up. Now, this really is a bad thing because if someone breaks this window, 90% chance that it's going to get scratched right here. And with no film there, that would mean you have to repaint the quarter panel and be sad about your broken glass. Now let's take a look at one of our cars. I'm trying my best to do this monotone thing because somebody commented that I talk too fast. I don't know how it works for me, but I'm trying. So if you look at the quarter panel here that we did, this car is wrapped in XPEL Stealth, so anywhere we leave an exposed edge, you would see it because it would be really glossy. Exposed edge, you can see the lines. Now if you look at our door handles, you can't tell it's wrapped. It looks like the car was painted satin white. And that's the difference between an OCD install and what most people do. So this customer had this done, I think about a year ago. He decided, you know, I'm tired of looking at it this way. Let's get it over to OCD and have them redo it this way. So if you want to check out, like, I could go around this whole car and I could show this, where they literally just didn't want to take this badge off, something that takes like 5 seconds, and then they cut around it. I'm almost willing to bet there's a blade mark in the paint right here. See, what the thing that is confusing to me is, like, when you pre-cut stuff, the idea of pre-cutting stops you from having to put a blade on the paint because everything's kind of a pattern. You line it up, you stick it. But what I often see with pre-cuts is that people put them on and they can't get them to stick or sit the way they're supposed to, so they end up blading the car anyways. And then you have somebody who's used to doing a pre-cut install and they're not used to using a blade, and now they have to blade it or trim it, and then you're left with razor cuts in the paint that often can't be buffed out. I don't know if you guys remember the disaster with the black Model 3 that we did a 2-part video on, but that car had 50,000 blade marks on them, and I'm sure I'll find a handful on this car as well. Here's a black Stealth Y we did. Looks just absolutely menacing. Anywhere we left an exposed edge, corner, anything, you would know because it would be glossy, but nothing. Everything's wrapped and tucked in. Everything looks clean. And that's the way it should look, and that's the way it'll stay. You know, we're really big on our quality and the way we do our work. And we're really huge on making sure everything stays as it should. You know, after a couple weeks, we always have customers come back so we can look over the job we did just to make sure everything's as it should be, and that I know it won't end up looking like that in a year. And that's just what we do here that's a little bit different than some of the other shops around here. Thanks for watching. I'm Joseph with OCDetailing.